I've been playing with this little microprocessor the last few days. This is a PIC12F675. It's 8-bit PIC microcontroller. It's only got 64 bytes of RAM and 1K of flash memory. And it's 1K by 14 bits of flash memory. So it's only got 8 pins. 2 of those are power, so there's 6 pins usable as I/O. I've still got one of them working as a reset button, so if I press that, it resets the program, holds it and resets till I let go. You can see I've got this little display here, which I'll show you in a moment, which is also got some push buttons, so it's a good way of getting you see we've got 8 LEDs across the top, 8 push buttons which at the moment are just being copied to the LEDs, and then you've got 8 7-segment displays, and you can drive the whole thing down 3 I/O lines. So that leaves with the reset pin being kept as a reset, which you don't have to do, you can use it as an input, but that still leaves 2 pins spare, which if you want to you can connect a crystal if you want to make this into a clock or something. It's got an internal oscillator which it's running on at the moment, but if you wanted to make a clock out of this thing, you'd want to add some sort of crystal. I'll just show you the bits, get rid of this light. So if you want to buy one of these on the dev board, there it is on AliExpress. It's February 13th 2024. I'm filming this there. £3.16 for that little dev board, with another £1.93 shipping. You don't have to buy the dev board, you can just use the chip on a bit of breadboard if you wish. But it's good to get started because you've got a couple of push buttons, a couple of LEDs. It's got a pot that you can twiddle because the microcontroller's got an analog input and a comparator, and so lets you play with that. And it's wired up to the programming port where you can plug in your PIC3, although the connector's not the best. I recommend search for Julian Eyelet and watch his tutorial on how to modify the board if you want to use it with a PIC3, and there's also a way of modifying the reset wiring by cutting a track and soldering a wire, which makes it a bit more reliable. And then the display module I've got is called the TM1638. That's this thing, which you can see that's only 77 pence, with another £1.59 shipping, so £2.20 odd, £2.30, get you one of those. Good little board. I say it gives you 8 independent buttons, 8 LEDs, and the 8 7-segment displays, and you drive the whole thing off just 3 wires plus power and ground. So I've been programming it using the MPLab X IDE. In some ways the older MPLab was better, the assembler in that, but I bit the bullet and gone for the new one. So as you can see, if you look at the project properties, it's using the assembler. This is all in assembler, this code. I've not used it. You can do it in C if you want, but I've done this in assembler. And it's using the the PIC-AS it's called. Good name, PIC-AS assembler, which comes as part of the XC8 compiler, and you can see this program is currently using, what is it, if I can get this to focus, it's currently using 260 bytes, 260 words of the program space out of 1024, so it's about a quarter full, and it's using, well, I said not actually showing you how much RAM it's using, but it's only using about 8 or 9 bytes of RAM at the moment to keep track of things. And this is what it's doing. It's just scrolling a message. In fact, a lot of that program space is holding just this message you can see scrolling, and also the sort of lookup table for driving the 7-segment display, ASCII to 7-segment display. And all it's doing, it's scrolling through the message, which is 64 bytes long, with a delay so that it doesn't scroll too fast to stop you seeing it, and at the same time it's reading the buttons. Say there's 8 independent buttons and copying them to the LEDs, so you've got 8 independent buttons. In fact, the chip can do a lot more than that. If you wire the chip up fully, it can drive maybe 30 buttons, I've forgotten, quite a lot anyway. You could use it to scan quite a big keyboard, but they're not implemented on this little cheap board. So there you go. I'll put a link to Julian Eilit's video on how to modify this dev board if you want to get one of those, and I'll also put a link where you can download my program that's doing this if you want to see how that works. Okay, thanks for watching.